Does Victoria's cultural heritage have what it takes to join the family of 785 UNESCO Biosphere Reserves of outstanding universal value? For 10,000 years, the Lekwungen people managed the camas plants as primary food source. Today, fields of camas are protected in parks throughout the region. Gold rushes fueled the early economy of colonial Victoria. Evidence remains in the gold rush shopfronts lining Wharf Street. Scots traders and farmers settled Victoria in the 1850s. Today, Scottish heritage is celebrated at the Craigflower National Historic Site and the annual Highland Games. The high point of Coast Salish creative arts were woven blankets. The skill of weaving survives in the contemporary knitted sweater and the blanket arts revival by Lekwungen artists in modern times. Chinese people came to Canada first to work the Fraser goldfields, then to build the Canadian Pacific Railway. After suffering racism and exclusion, Chinese Canadians now celebrate their culture with the Chinatown National Historic Site and the Chinatown Museum. The Japanese brought their unique garden design to Victoria in the early years of the 20th century. After arrest, internment, and confiscation of their businesses and property during World War II, their legacy has been revived with the recreation of Japanese Gorge Waterway tea gardens. From its role as a First Nations food source to pleasure grounds for early settlers, the Gorge Waterway suffered severe pollution in the 1950s and 60s. Today, it has been restored as a community marine park and one of Canada's first migratory bird sanctuaries. Over the Garry Oak woodland glades, intensively cultivated by First Nations for centuries, English settlers overlaid their own garden aesthetics featuring intensive decorative floral displays. Having earned a reputation as a garden city, Victoria continues this tradition in public parks, city boulevards, and private gardens. From early colonial times, coal underpinned the economy of Vancouver Island. Today, the castles and estate homes of the coal baron Dunsmuir family still dominate the landscape of the city, preserved as National Historic Sites. English settlers, businessmen, and their builders and architects constructed homes large and small, following the principles of arts and crafts aesthetics. This architectural heritage survives by way of preservation, restoration, and even building anew in these traditional styles. Coast Salish people enjoyed a rich cultural heritage. After suffering through the federal potlatch ban, confiscation of ceremonial regalia, and population depletion from typhoid and tuberculosis epidemics, today the Lekwungen people are reclaiming their language, spirituality, and visual arts. Faith-based communities played a critical role in early Victoria life as anchors of social cohesion and conduits for national traditions. This can be read from Victoria's rich legacy of historic churches remaining today as major monuments in the landscape. First Nations identified lookout elevations to warn off marauders, and these same geographic features provided the network of coastal defenses. The Crimean War, then First and Second World Wars, now memorialized by the historic buildings of Esquimalt Naval Base and Fort Broad Hill National Park. From Lekwungen seagoing trading canoes to Hudson's Bay Company supply vessels and intercontinental clipper ships, things maritime have played an important role in Victoria's island history. The sail training ships of the contemporary Salts Fleet provide an opportunity for you to experience that history today. From Camas Gardens and Lekwungen fishing villages to a Hudson's Bay Company trading post, port, mining entrepot, and seat of government, first for a colony and then province of Canada, a destination for fortune-seeking emigrants from the Far East, a British naval base, and Canada's Pacific Fleet headquarters, hundreds of years of history have provided a rich heritage to be enjoyed by Victoria's residents and today's visitors.